Highway 208 near Dermot, but the moment the trooper got close to the Challenger, driver buried that 6.1 Hemi and turned the stop into a deadly run. He opened up a huge gap right away, but that gap ended up becoming the thing that killed him that night.
I-65 north, just past the solar farm. Speed's 130, trying to catch up. Reasonable stops, failure to maintain lane. Adam George Edward, 10 Union. Adam George Edward to get you. We're turning on Bel Air cutoff.
The Challenger pushed close to 160 miles per hour, and for a moment it looked like the trooper had no chance of catching back up. But not long after, the trooper came up on the wrecked Challenger off the curve. Rowe had apparently lost control at around 150. The car rolled multiple times, and that's when he was ejected.
Stupid!
Yeah, I hear sirens. I'm just 19, 165.
Did he crash? He wrecked out. He wrecked out. Give me a 16 started.
I was 7. Let's drop my trail.
Welcome to Roku. Roku makes every part of the TV experience better.
He had no chance of surviving a crash like that, and it reportedly took around 40 minutes to find him out in the field, while the Challenger was left completely unrecognizable. Cars like this get sold as toys for grown men. But sometimes a man's favorite toy becomes the most dangerous thing he owns. On September 20th, 2023, Trooper Lucas was cruising at around 32 miles per hour on Interstate 440 when a black Challenger and a white Challenger ripped past him so fast it probably felt like he was standing still. The black Challenger didn't need to outrun Trooper Lucas. It just had to outrun the white one, and it did exactly that, leaving Dimitri Barton's white Challenger behind to face one of the toughest troopers in the country. Dimitri Barton pushed the Challenger to nearly 160 miles per hour.
Why are you running?
Through traffic, used the shoulder to pass cars, and kept driving like he still had a way out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
430 northbound.
Stupid! Stupid!
Trooper Lucas destroyed the Challenger with one clean and surgical pit at around 80 miles per hour, sending it spinning across both northbound lanes and into the median barrier.
Let me see your fucking hands right now! You! Let me see your hands! Crawl towards me! Crawl towards me right now! Crawl out of the car! Crawl out of the car! on the car right now. Put your hands on the car. Put your hands behind your back.
Dimitri Barton was taken into custody. His passenger later said she begged him to stop, and with felony fleeing alone, he could be facing anywhere from 3 to 10 years in prison under Arkansas law. It started like any other night until Officer Monroe spotted a Dodge Charger Scat Pack weaving through traffic at 100 miles per hour. This wasn't just reckless driving, this was a stolen car on a mission to cause mayhem. Monroe hit the gas, ready to reel in the suspect, but fate had other plans. His patrol car's tires gave out, forcing him to stop. And just like that, the Scat Pack had its first victory of the night. With Monroe out of the game, another officer took up the chase. He set up, waiting for the speeding muscle car to fly into his jurisdiction. The officer kept up, pushing his patrol car to the limit. But at these speeds, one wrong move is all it takes. Officer Tanner Crossland took the lead in pursuit of the Dodge Charger and the officer kept up, pushing his patrol car to the limit. But at these speeds, one wrong move is all it takes. Officer Tanner Crossland took the lead in pursuit of the Dodge Charger and attempted a pit maneuver. However, the driver maintained control and kept going while Crossland's car took the hit, forcing him to drop out of the chase. After a relentless 30-minute pursuit that left a trail of wrecked police cruisers, another unit finally executed a perfect pit maneuver, sending the suspect's car crashing.
Stop it. Get some help.
He bolted on foot, but his freedom was short-lived. Officers quickly tracked him down and hauled him off to jail. On March 6, 2021, the driver Jimmy Turner was already terrorizing downtown Atlanta in a black and red Dodge Charger, ripping drifts and burnouts through the city so badly police already had to be on the lookout on the car. So several GSP units moved in to stop him.
This game, you're not.
Go 1050 right here.
Turner tried to blast through the red light, but traffic was packed in front of him and there was nowhere to go. So he used that Charger's horsepower in the worst way possible, shoving an innocent SUV out of his path just to force open a lane and keep running. Just imagine the kind of power it takes to move an SUV like that. And that kind of horsepower is deadly in a city, especially on busy Atlanta streets.
Ran the car. He just ran the car. Just
north to Ivan Allen Jr. Bullhorn. Bay Army just wrecked into a vehicle on Ivan Allen.
The chase ended at Ivan Allen Boulevard when Jimmy Turner tried to make a left at high speed, lost control, nearly hit 3 pedestrians, then crossed into oncoming traffic and slammed into another vehicle. The Charger was finished right there, and the GSP boys put him in cuffs on the spot. With felony fleeing alone, he could have been looking at 1 to 5 years in prison. On January 31st, 2026, Arkansas State Trooper Logan Holmes clocked a black Dodge Challenger doing 115 miles per hour on US 167 about 9 miles south of El Dorado. He stopped it, smelled marijuana, and told the driver he was under arrest, but the driver jumped back in and launched the car with Holmes still at the door, dragging him before Holmes ripped free and sprinted back to his unit. You can't drag an ASP trooper like that and expect to get away clean. Even with a big gap, Holmes pushed his limits. Within seconds, he was back on the Challenger at 140 plus miles per hour.
TBI, all the way to Holmes.
At 117 miles per hour, Trooper Holmes delivered the pit, sending the Challenger off the highway and into a fence. The driver, Calvin Meldon, bailed out and ran, leaving his girlfriend behind in the wrecked car. He was caught about 3 hours later and booked on felony battery on a law enforcement officer, felony fleeing, and multiple other charges held on over $500,000 bond, while Trooper Holmes was treated for injuries and cleared for duty. I know you love when the screen turns black and white because that usually means an FHP trooper is done being nice and ready to turn a bad stop into a wild chase. On December 25th, 2023 at 2:52 in the morning, a trooper clocked a red Dodge Charger doing 88 in a 45 and tried to stop it. Driver Gene Loom took off instead and chase was on. Gene Loom pushed that Charger to around 110 miles per hour and started making sharp, unnecessary moves that looked like they could send him crashing out at any second. At that point, the trooper knew he had to stop this guy before he ended up killing some innocent driver on the road.
Roll over, starting from 71. Roll over, starting from 71.
That's 51.
Why are you running?
F8
Why are you running?
sent the Charger crashing so hard it nearly went into someone's home before landing on its side a few yards away. Gene Loom was so drunk he probably needed a minute to figure out why everything had turned sideways. And with high-speed fleeing plus the DUI-related charges, he could be facing around 5 to 10 years in prison. On October 14, 2023, a trooper clocked a Dodge Charger on I-40, already flying at 110 miles per hour. When the blue lights came on behind him, driver DeAndre Brown's ego couldn't take a speeding ticket in front of his hot girlfriend, so instead of stopping, he buried the gas and pushed that Charger up to 130 miles per hour, turning a simple stop into a chase.
Stupid! Stupid!
Near the MLK exit, the Charger cut across every lane, squeezed through traffic, and even passed a semi on the shoulder just to keep the chase alive. That was the moment the trooper knew this had to end before somebody innocent got caught in it, so he lined it up for a pit.
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! No, you're running! That's not how it works!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hands up!
we got him.
We've got 40 bucks. Hands up now. Hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Just ask me that. I don't care. What the fuck do you think I was working on? It's crazy! You just did that for no reason. You know you did. That's why you're being quiet. Don't run. Why the fuck would I run in a V6? It's your fault. I don't know. Who the fuck will run in a V6?
823 traffic coming in very low.
Come out of the car. I will. Come out of the car. Get out. I ain't seeing nothing. Put it in park. Now, are you fixing to get tased? One. She already got You're fixing to get tased. Get out of the car. How? Climb out. How? Climb out. Now. You know what? I got climb out. Tennessee governor will be on your ass. I don't work for Tennessee. Get what? Tennessee governor will be on your ass.
Brown was pulled out of the car and still stood there arguing like none of this was his fault, acting like the victim and claiming it was all a mistake, and it wasn't even him pushing 120 miles per hour.
Man, thank you. Lay down. Thank you for being a man. Lay down. Thank you for being a man. Now, lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Can I sit? Lay down. Can I do myself? I'm gonna lay down. What can I do? Taser foreman. Stop resisting. Do what you're told.
Friendly Arkansas trooper ended that debate with a 50,000-volt taser ride, and with felony fleeing, DWI, resisting arrest, and assault charges, Brown could be facing around 3 to 10 years in prison. On August 10, 2024, Trooper Middlecoff had to be on the lookout for a stolen black Dodge Charger tied to a swapped VIN case out of Memphis, and when he finally spotted it on SH-158, it was game on. Criminals love stealing Dodge Chargers, but most of the time they can't handle that kind of monster. That's what she said. And the second the blue lights came on, driver Devondre James floored it and proved it again. stolen Charger hit 160 miles per hour, pulled away at first, and blew through a stop sign as it ripped into Luxora. Then everything came apart. He lost control, smashed a gas box and utility pole, crossed the tracks, and rolled the car 7 times.
Right here in Luxor, he wrecked out. We got fire.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
9:30. He wrecked out here in Luxor.
Stupid!
You get fucking hit, that's you.
39 going for 96.
Oh my god! No! Oh my god!
Your ass didn't get hit, you're in the fucking car. Show me your hands. Show me your hands.
The driver was ejected from the Charger, and a little later, Trooper Middlecoff found him out in the field near a house. Somehow, he survived a crash like that. His guardian angel was definitely working overtime, but he wasn't escaping the consequences because the charges from this run could still put him away for around 3 to 10 years. On May 15, 2024, a trooper tried to stop a yellow Dodge Challenger after the driver was weaving, skipping the signal and crossing the double yellow. The driver pretended to cooperate for a moment, then suddenly chose to run, like he knew that once troopers got a look inside that Challenger, it was going to turn into a whole lot more than a traffic stop.
Turn off the vehicle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The driver, Aaron Sadler, kept fighting, drove through a yard, went the wrong way on Hilaro Springs Road, and forced the trooper to hit him a second time. That second pit shoved the Challenger into a ditch and straight through a body shop sign, ending the chase right there. Even after the crash, Aaron Sadler still jumped out with a backpack and tried to run, but troopers caught him almost immediately. Inside the car and bag, they found over 4 pounds of marijuana, THC packets, promethazine, and $3,720 in cash, and those drug and felony fleeing charges could put him away for around 3 to 10 years. On March 21, 2024, in Orange County, a white Dodge Charger caught Trooper Sess's eye. No rear plate, and the front tag came back to a red Chrysler. When he tried to stop the car, the driver ran a red light and took off.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Check out how this app helped me buy whatever I want in my favorite game. Unlimited money makes it so you can get what you want from the game.
After the driver refused to stop, the officer used a pit maneuver that sent the Charger off the road and into a patch of small trees. Both the patrol car and the suspect's vehicle crashed into the brush, ending the chase. The fake tag wasn't enough. Now the suspect gave officers a fake name too. After being pulled from the wreck and arrested, a fingerprint scan revealed who he really was. Turns out he was already on felony probation and now faces charges for fleeing, false ID, no license, and probation violation. At this point, criminals should really stop stealing Chargers and Challengers because Arkansas troopers are destroying them at an unbelievable rate. On July 8, 2023, troopers jumped into a chase for a stolen white Dodge Challenger, and driver Marquette Muhammad decided the best idea was to push it close to 140 miles per hour through traffic on Interstate 30.
I'm Mary now, 48, copy traffic.
We just passed 139B. We're going south on 130 right now.
10-4.
To 16, I'm about to scout their change. 139A exit. I believe we're still going to be heading on I-30. Yep, we're just past 139A exit, still on I-30.
I heard that you a pedophile, you touch little boys and girls.
Kind of amazing little rock out secondary, I'll call it. We're 30 west, just back from the south interchange. Right lane, speed to 120. Careful. 11, 18, and 16, y'all end it when you can. 10-4. Just past the 137 westbound, number 2 lane, speed to 135. TVI.
Stupid.
At 114 miles per hour, a trooper delivered a surgical pit that spun the Challenger straight into the concrete barrier and ended the run instantly. Muhammad ran into the woods but was caught shortly after. Per hour, a trooper delivered a surgical pit that spun the Challenger straight into the concrete barrier and ended the run instantly. Muhammad ran into the woods but was caught shortly after. And with theft over $25,000, felony fleeing, aggravated assault, and reckless driving, he could be facing around 6 to 20 years in prison.
Welcome to Grand Roleplay, where you